And we are back once again with Slime Isekai Memories. Today we are continuing doing the story events that I missed when the game first came out. And today we are doing Nation of Monsters Diabolical Secretary. So yeah, this is the first story quest events that I didn't do. These ones are basically just story, but this is the one where there's fights and story all throughout the event. So yeah, we're gonna start doing this. This is the one that I don't have an original recording of because, you know, if you play this game, these only stick around for like a month or 3 weeks. And so there was no way for me to get footage of this during that time if I didn't even play the event. Well, with those side story things, I think they're usually around for a few months. Like 2, 3, 4 months? I don't know how many months, but they stick around for quite a while. So yeah, let's get to it. The Good Secretary, Part 1. After returning to Tempest from Ingressia, a lot of things happened, and I ended up evolving into a demon lord. At the time, circumstances forced me to summon some demons, but one of them unexpectedly turned out to be a superior demon. For some reason, he said he wanted to stick around and join us, so I gave him the name of Diablo. Giving him a name took half of my magicals. Even though I'd become a demon lord, clearly Diablo was incredibly powerful. Although his reasons for wanting to join us were still a mystery to me, Diablo started working as my secretary along with Xion, but... Hey, Diablo. Yes, whatever you need. You have only to say the word. I don't have any more work for you, so if you could take a break for a while, that would be fine. The way he phrases it is like he wants Diablo to take a break for Rimaru's sake, so Diablo can get away from him, instead of asking if Diablo wants to take a break. Oh! Don't make that bewildered face at me. I'm the one who's surprised here. I'd never imagined you'd be so brilliant at clerical work. It's not my fault, you know. That's what happens when you finish your work so quickly ahead of everyone else. So you say, but surely you seek out some task for me. I wish to be used to you. I wish to be of use to you, great Rimaru. Please, please. Something's kind of weird about this event. It seems like the characters aren't as talking as much as they usually do in more modern events. I don't know if back then they didn't have people coming in to voice their lines as much. Nagging me about it won't change the fact that there's nothing left to do. Ugh, why are you so desperate for work? That's right, Diablo. What will become of poor great Rimaru if even his secretary causes trouble for him? Speaking of which, did you finish that job I asked you to handle? Yeah, it's half finished, so I came to see you, great Rimaru. I was about to say, how is a job half finished? But I mean, there is ways for it to be half finished. Like if you only mow half a lawn, or only make half of the meal or dish that you're trying to make. Right. So, how about you come back when it's all the way finished? Sheesh. Maybe you should learn from Diablo's example and work a little harder yourself. If this keeps up, I have to ask Diablo to do all your work for you.
その通りです。
Why, in that case, please entrust it all to me as soon as possible. There's no need to worry about that. Diablo, as your senior secretary, I must take responsibility for finishing my own work. In that case, just try not to take too many breaks and work fast, okay? As for you, Diablo, you don't have to be so desperate for work.
残念です。
Is that so? Yeah. Wait, why do you look so shocked? If there's no work, just take a break. Overwork is bad for you, you know. Do you have a moment, Master? Oh, Ranga. What is it? The fellow cares for you deeply, Master. Perhaps it would be best to indulge him as much as possible. Man, Ranga's still being a homie to Diablo, even after him joining. I wonder if he's gonna praise Ranga more, being like, Ranga, my savior, or my best of friend here in Tempest, aside from Rimuru. Because this is kind of a sequel to Diablo's interview. Oh, Ranga, I'm most grateful for your kind endorsement. Why, it was I who watched over you until you officially joined Great Rimuru. Naturally, my interest in you has persisted since then. Huh? Is that so? I passed out to become a demon lord right after summoning Diablo, so I don't remember what happened next until I woke up and named him. Ranga was so kind as to vouch for me until you awakened, Great Rimuru.
Hi.
I'm deeply grateful for his assistance in officially joining your ranks as well. It was all because I sensed the extraordinary depth of your feeling for my master. Of course, they cannot compare to my own. That's funny. They both love Rimuru so much. Like, everyone in Tempest has admiration for Rimuru, and probably love. But, of course, a dog and his love is probably greater than, I guess, any person's, possibly. Because I damn well know that dogs love their owners, like, nearly to fight for them. And so, Ranga loving him that much, being like, yeah, your love is nowhere compared to mine, Diablo. Even though Diablo maybe can actually rival that, considering he's always on Rimuru's ass, being like, please, let me do a job, or let me do something to get your praise, Rimuru. If we're talking about loyalty to Great Rimuru, I'm as loyal as any of you. Still, I'm impressed you recognize Great Rimuru's greatness as soon as he summoned you. That's pretty amazing, Diablo. Naturally, I shall never forget the moment when Great Rimuru summoned me. It was the greatest happiness, the most supreme bliss of my life. Yeah, see, it's like, if the actual interview with Diablo was canon to the main story, I think they would reference it more in these side events or other events in general. Like, Diablo would mention that he can see Rimuru from the demon world, and that he has known Rimuru for a long time by watching him. But the only thing he says is, like, from when Rimuru summoned me, which is basically the main series, the anime, manga, and light novel of... That's the first time he meets Rimuru there. That's a bit much. You know, though we barely got a chance to talk at the time, what made you want to join me so much?
Oh.
Aha! Why, it was because I could clearly see how wonderful you were. You could see it that clearly, huh? Oh, whatever. I see. I picked up a real weirdo. Ah, I'm so envious of you both having served Great Rimuru for so long.
どんなもんですか。
As you should be. Say, I feel kinda sorry for you. I'll tell you all the best stories I know about Great Rimuru.
おお。
Oh ho, by all means, regale me with them. Also, it's weird. Like Rimuru wearing this outfit but being a demon lord, since I usually associate Demon Lord Rimuru with the black outfit. Like, I'm trying to remember, has he worn this outfit much since becoming a Demon Lord? At least anime-wise. I don't think so. So, I'm not entirely sure if, like, the game at that time had Demon Lord Rimuru in the summons, or at least a character model for that Rimuru on a summoning banner. In that case, I shall follow them up with my own tales. I've got a feeling this could take a while.
なるほど。
Why? So that's how it happened. I would expect no less from Great Rimuru. I know, right? Of course you appreciate his wonderfulness. Indeed. Vexing as it is, one must acknowledge it. I swear, like, I would be so annoyed having 3 people like this that can never stop talking about you and praising you. 3 fanboys or just fan people in general. Like, that's why, like, I wouldn't say Rimuru, like, dislikes these 3, but it's like there's plenty of other people in his subordinates that he would rather hang out with. Like, Benimaru is usually a pretty good bro to Rimuru. Sometimes Soy, but sometimes Soy can be too much of a soldier and, like, just trying to take orders and stuff like that. And that's probably also why he likes Gabuta so much, since Gabuta is so chill. They're so excited just to talk about me. That's a little scary, actually.
残念です。
Still, I was so eager to be of use to Great Rimuru, but I seemed to be merely...
いいえ。
Don't get discouraged, Diablo. If you don't have any work to do, I'll make you some. So she's gonna make problems to make him work? If you walk through town, you'll find at least one smashed up building, so you could work on getting it repaired. You wrecked it yourself trying to catch someone who dined and dashed. Don't follow her example. Diablo, no matter what.
そうだな。
Allow me to advise you next. There is something I never fail to do to be of use to my master.
What?
I always bathe carefully and dry myself in the sun to make sure my fur stays fluffy. Thus, do as I always provide my master with a comfortable place to nap. Aw, good Ranga boy.
おお。
I see. I shall make a note of that. I don't think it could be anything but uncomfortable if you did that. I'm kinda lost. What? I always bathe carefully and dry myself in the sun to make sure my fur stays fluffy. Thus do I always provide... I guess Rimuru's basically saying that no matter what, if he did or did not take a bath, like, laying down on Diablo would be uncomfortable. Since, like, laying down on a person usually isn't comfortable unless you're cuddling with someone. Sheesh, that's enough talking for now.
ダメだ。
Shion, get back to work already. If you don't get serious, I'll make Diablo my only secretary. Understand? Ugh, alright.
頼むな。
Ranga, please keep an eye on Shion and make sure she's doing her job.
承知。
Understood.
ああ。
And Diablo, let's see. How about I take you along on my rounds and give you a tour of the town? Okay, so this is actually cool. Like Diablo gonna explore the town with Rimuru. I'm sure you're getting your feet under you by now, but a fresh introduction to your new allies might help you remember what they each do. Yeah, so this, like, I could believe that this is sort of canon. Having Diablo meet every single character and talk to them at least once. Because at least as far as we are in the anime, we haven't seen him at least introduce himself aside from that one meeting before they took on Clayman. When Rimuru introduced him and be like, this is Diablo. He will be my second secretary. But yeah, I don't think any of them really had conversations aside from in this game's main story mode.
Oh.
Why? Great Rimuru, you would favor me with a personal tour? What? It's not a bother, is it? Aha! Far from it! To receive a personal tour from you, Great Rimuru, would be the most glorious of privileges. Now you're just exaggerating. Oh, never mind. Great Rimuru, in that case, please allow me to come with you. Ranga.
What?
Ha! Hey! Great Rimuru! Good grief. Well, let's go have a look around town, shall we? I'm guessing, like, Ranga dragged Shion away. I don't know, probably, like, grabbing her coat? Or grabbing her sleeve and dragging her away.
Hey.
Indeed. I shall accompany you anywhere you wish to go. It's just my usual patrol around the town. We're not going anywhere strange. And this is where we would usually start doing a battle, but since I don't have battles when I'm doing like the story digest, I just gotta do this. The Diabolical Secretary and the Loafer Part 1. Why is it that, right after I said that, we ended up going into the forest to hunt magical beasts? Aw, man! You're always so cool! Diablo, I bet you could wipe out every magical beast in the area on your own, couldn't you? So, planning to leave it all up to him and take it easy yourself, huh? Ark! No way! I would never! Come on, Great Rimuru. If those were your orders, Great Rimuru, I would not object. Well... Nope, not happening. Oh, so... I'm guessing Gabata wants to pawn off his work on Diablo, but only if Rimuru says that he can. Since Rimuru wants Gabata to do at least some work, he's gotta hunt the magical beast. So Rimuru's saying, nope, I'm not giving that order. I want Gabata to do it. Leave everything in the hands of the most powerful. That's not what I want for this town. What a shame. I hoped I could be of use to you, Great Rimuru. You sure are weird, Diablo. If it was me, I'd never ask for more work like that. You really are completely feckless, aren't you, Gabata? I've never heard feckless. Heh, compliments won't get you anywhere with me. I'm not complimenting you. I'm getting fed up with you. Look, Gabata, for now, your job is to keep patrolling around the town and hunting any magical beast you find. Keeping the peace in town is an important duty. I see. So, you are mainly in charge of the Goblin Riders, then? Yeah, but don't worry. The rest of them are way more serious than him. Hey, I'm real serious about doing the work you trust me with.
やれやれ
Oh, like when you skipped out on training with Hikaru again yesterday. That's got nothing to do with this. Sheesh, you're impossible. I see your relationship with one another is quite informal.
そうだな
Huh? Well, how should I put this? We've known each other a long time. Yep, Gabuta was one of his first friends. Because, I mean, that's basically when he met all the goblins of the village.
そうっすね
Ah, that takes me back. I still remember when you first showed up, Great Rimuru. You looked just like a regular old slime. But you were so scary. And you were so mean, capturing a cute little slime like me. I wonder, is that gonna make Diablo mad, being like, Gabuta, you captured Rimuru? I'm gonna hurt you for that, or you should die for that. What did you expect after you let fly with all those magicules? Well, I just arrived in the woods, and I had a lot on my mind. I had no idea what I was doing, but I'm not gonna admit that now.
Oh.
Ahaha! I'm quite envious, Gabuta. I only wish I'd happened to be there myself. Heh, knowing Great Rimuru so well is one of the benefits of us being his friends from the start.
見るっすよ
He trusts me more than anyone, too. He takes me with him almost everywhere he goes, after all. Then again, he did leave me all alone in that jail in Dworgen. Haha, that's because I knew you'd be alright. I'd never forget you. Never. Great Rimuru certainly seems to have utmost faith in you. What is the secret to earning his trust? I should very much like to hear it.
そうっすね
The secret, huh? Well, Well, when Great Rimuru is like, BAM! You gotta be right there, like, boom! And send it right back at him, like, boing! Kinda like that, yeah? I have no idea what Gabuta just described here. Is this like playing volleyball? Like, what? I see. Wow, you actually baffled Diablo. You really are something else, Gabuta. Anyway, in the end, I think it's cause we've known each other for so long.
なるほど
So that's it. Is it? Oh, Great Rimuru. Why could you not have summoned me sooner? If only you had, I would have been much closer to view all your mighty deeds. Look, don't be ridiculous. I didn't even learn to summon demons until pretty recently.
No
Hey, the way that you said it made it seem like you've been watching me from somewhere since before I summoned you. You haven't, right? Ahahaha. Okay, so that could be a reference to the interview with Diablo, but let's see if he actually talks about it. Quit laughing and answer me. You're creeping me out. I don't really get it, but it seems like Diablo likes you a lot, huh? Indeed, quite so. I still don't get why he likes me so much, personally. Of course he likes you. You're Great Rimuru after all. You sure are lucky to get to worry about people liking you too much.
もちろん
Look, it's not as if I hate it, okay? If that's how he feels, then fine. Ah, I truly envy your bond. As for me, I fear that I shall always be humbled before Great Rimuru. I fear that I shall always be humbled before Great Rimuru. Hey, people are always telling me to get my act together, too.
あ
Right now, I see their point. Anyway, I like this approach better than a bunch of humble bowing and scraping. But yeah, this is interesting. If like we go around and visit everyone in Tempest to see how they treat Rimuru, that would actually be nice to see. To see everyone's exact way of treating Rimuru. I mean, from like the main series, you can already tell how everyone like treats him. But seeing like it actually be explained and going into detail would be really cool and interesting to see. I'm so glad that's the kind of guy you are. Great Rimuru. You'd probably never have let me hang out with you otherwise.
Hi.
Aha! So that's what makes Great Rimuru so inimitably wonderful. Yep, that's it. It's not exactly a very deep conversation, but I still think I better keep my mouth shut.
Oh.
If you don't mind, Gabata, could you tell me more about Great Rimuru? Sure thing. I know all sorts of stuff about Great Rimuru. I'll tell you whatever you want. Like, literally, Rimuru's right there. Why doesn't he ask him? Hey, are you sure you got time for that? You're still supposed to be in the middle of guard duty. No worries. If I tell him you told me to talk about stuff, nobody will dare complain. Is it just me, or does it feel like he's coming up with an excuse to goof off? Oh wait, is there anything you don't want me to mention? If there is, I might be persuadable, depending on your terms. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. It looks like I better nip in the bud, and quick. Is something wrong, Rimuru? Diablo, I know you just got done fighting for me, but do you have the strength for another battle? Yes, of course. Okay, Gabata, you can make up for skipping training with Hikaru yesterday with a practice match now. Diablo can be your opponent. He's pretty strong, but you've been practicing with Hikaru, so you should be fine. Yeah? What? Don't hold back, Diablo. Put him through his paces for me. Gladly. What? Alright, you two. Ready, set, go! What? It's so funny. Like, if Diablo actually didn't hold back, he would put Gabata through the dirt. And especially with his, like, bladed hands and stuff, Gabata would not stand a chance. Alright, that's 2 down so far, but we still got a lot more to go. Reliable Father and Son Part 1. Is this something to do with Shinsha? Like, who is a father and son? Well, Gabata, you won't get carried away like that again, will you? Yeah, I've learned my lesson. Glad to hear it. Ugh, what a pain in the neck. There you are. Gabata, what are you doing here? You were supposed to check in ages ago. Oh, Great Rimuru. Okay, so it's Rigar and Rigard. So they're gonna be the father and son. Oh, Rigar. I see you're hard at work. Were you looking for Gabata? Yes, he didn't check in on time, so I went looking for him. But I didn't expect to find him with you, Great Rimuru. I've been giving Diablo a proper tour of the town. We ran into Gabata, so he came along to tell us all about his guard duties and so forth. So that's it. Even so, Gabata, you should at least try not to be late reporting in. It wasn't my fault. Great Rimuru sprung a practice match on me out of nowhere. I'm sure it was your fault, somehow.
そうだな。
Pretty much, yeah.
仕方ありません。
So it would seem.
え
Ah, come on, you guys. Honestly. Well then, please excuse me, Great Rimuru. I should report back.
よし。
Oh,
行くか。
are you going to report to Rigard? In that case, we'll go with you. I'm taking Diablo to see him next.
承知いたしました。
Certainly, Great Rimuru.
はい。
Understood. Right this way then. Oh ho, so you've been giving Diablo a proper tour.
そうですの。
Well then, hello again. I am Rigard, and this is my son, Rigar. As you know, Great Rimuru has tasked me with managing our domestic affairs.
それで、
My usual duties are security force. Lately, I've been assisting my father at times, and taking on more diplomatic role as well.
そういえば。
You already seem to have a pretty good working relationship.
はい。
Yes, our interactions with Diablo have been quite smooth. He's been a great help to my son and me. Not at all. As Great Rimuru's secretary, it's the least I can do.
うーん。
Diablo even has Rigard's approval. Huh. He really is brilliant. They're hardly gonna need me anymore at this rate. Haha. No way. Right?
ええ、
I greatly admire your tireless hard work as the leading administrator in this town, Rigard.
いえ、
Not at all. It's only because I used to be the elder of this village. Now that so many people from different races have joined us, I'm just grateful to still be entrusted with such an important role. Thinking back on how we met really takes me back.
そうですの。
Indeed, I was such a frail creature before you gave me a name. Nothing at all like I am now.
ほう。
Oh, I would have never guessed from your present form.
ああ。
Yeah, it really surprised me then too. When I woke up after naming him, he was like a totally different person. It surprised me as well, and I'm his son.
おお。
Oh, stop it, you two. Ahahaha. Also, I'm surprised I just realized this. Dude was a frail old man at the time. I forgot how Rigar looked at the time. But it's like, was he a little boy at the time? Or, like, I really want to know exactly how Rigar looked before he was named. Like, I'm surprised that Rigard, you know, getting into beds. I don't know if Rigard had a wife or if he was, like, doing it with the younger goblins. Because I'm surprised, like, he was still making kids at his age. Like, that old man was actually laying pipe.
感謝して
I'm
も
truly
しきれ
grateful
ま
to
せん
have received a name from Great Rimuru. Not to mention a form like this.
ですから、
I was so full of determination to protect this town myself when I inherited my older brother's name from Great Rimuru.
はい。
There are plenty of folks around here now who are stronger than me, but I still intend to do whatever I can with all my might.
うん。
Right. Keep up with the good work.
頼むな。
Benimaru thinks the world of you, too. So, I'd appreciate it if you could keep on helping him whenever you can.
わかりました。
Yes, of course.
この上ない
Oh,
喜び
Rigar!
です。
Benimaru approves of you, as well. Oh! Ak, please calm down. Great Rimuru is watching, you know. Aw, he's embarrassed of his dad because his dad is showing him love and appreciation right now in front of people they respect.
よし
Haha, looks like your father-son bond is still in great shape.
素晴らしい
How marvelous for father and son alike to have the absolute faith of great Rimuru.
おお
Come now, it's all thanks to great Rimuru's favor.
リムル様
Indeed, it's just as you say. Ah, I'd expect nothing less of him.
その通りで
Quite
ござい
right,
ます
great Rimuru is truly a wonderful person.
うーん
Why do I get the feeling this tour is gonna keep derailing onto this topic? Great Rimuru, you look a bit downhearted. Are you alright?
あ
Oh, it's nothing serious. Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
あふむ
Rigar seems to recover his cool quickly. He really is a valuable guy to have around.
なあ
By the way, Rigar, we're not taking up too much time, are we?
あ
Oh, that's right. I should get back to my guard duties soon.
終わりま
Ah,
した
that reminds me. There's a little something I wanted your advice about, as well regarding what's happening tonight.
もちろん
Oh, is there? Sure.
と
Diablo, I'm sorry, but do you mind waiting for a little while?
はい
It's no trouble at all. Your work must come first, great Rimuru.
お願いします
In that case, would you like to join me on my guard duties?
それで
I've heard about your great strength, and I'd like to see it for myself, and learn what I can from you.
聞いてくれ
What do you think, Diablo?
承知いたしました
Certainly. Let us be off, Rigar.
助かりました
Thank you so much. We'll be off on patrol then.
ふむ
So, do you want to talk about tonight? Hang on.
どうでしょうか
What is it?
いや
Nothing. I just thought of something. That's all.
ほう
Aha! How convenient. Encountering a local magical... Aha! How convenient. Encountering a magical beast so quickly after starting our rounds.
あの
Well then.
え
Yes. Allow me to handle this, please.
え行きますよ
I shall give this fight my all. To set the best example for you that I can.
よかったらお茶でも飲んで
Well,
ゆ
I
っくり
mean,
して
if
いかない
he
か
does his very best, I highly doubt Rigar is going to be able to live up to that example. Crafty Artisans, Part 1. So I'm guessing they're going to go visit the dwarves now.
ふん
Hmm. Well, that's that.
助かりました
Well done. That was so incredible. I'm honestly a little overwhelmed.
嬉しいです
Still, it looks like you'll be a real inspiration for the guards.
どうも
I only hope I can be of use. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should return to Great Rimuru's side.
はい
Of course. Thank you so much.
おや
I have returned. Oh?
これはこれは
Oh, Diablo, welcome back. Thank you for indulging my son's request.
ほ
Oh, it was nothing. But where has Great Rimuru gone?
はい
Ah, yes. He left me with a message for you about that.
そうですな
He said, when you get back, you should come to the forge.
うなるほど
I see. So, we'll be touring the forge next. Understood. Well then, please pardon me. You sure you're alright, Rimuru?
うん
I told you, I'm fine. Thanks to all of you.
どうも
Pardon me. I received your message from Rigard and came right away. Great Rimuru.
と
Wow, that was quick. Diablo, I was just explaining that I'm giving you a tour.
感謝します。
Oh, well, I look forward to working with you.
さて。
Yeah,
んだんだ。
we'll be counting on you.
そうだな。
These two are in charge of our weaponry, and they also do all sorts of other research and development besides smithing.
そういえば。
Garm, Dord, and Mirid are among our artisans too, but today is just these two.
あ
If I called those three in, they just greet him and leave it at that. Mirid wouldn't even talk.
ーもちろん。
They've agreed to give us a look at the forge.
ふん。
Ah, a look at the forge. I do find forges interesting. They're quite alien to me, since they're used to create rather than to destroy. Should this really be alien to him? I'm trying to see, does Diablo have the power to create? He can blast fireballs, create like bladed fingers. I'm not entirely sure if he can create weapons using his magic heals and all of that. Yeah, rather than to destroy, I guess Diablo destroys a lot more than he creates, so that's why he finds it so weird.
頼むな。
Just ignore how ominous that sounded, okay? It does seem like he's interested, so could you give him a quick demonstration, please?
おう。
Sure, I don't mind. Let's see. This should be an easy place to start.
うん。
Thanks for explaining, Kaijin. That was a great presentation, Karobe.
んだ。
Nah, that was nothing special. A piece of cake.
なあ。
Well, Diablo, what do you think? Now that you've seen a real demonstration.
おお。
Why, it was most interesting. I could hardly tear my gaze away. What fine skills.
いや。
Now, we still have a lot to learn.
んだな。
That's right. We gotta keep creating better and better things.
にゃはは。
Why, Rimuru here could duplicate a thing like that in a heartbeat.
おお。
Oh, great Rimuru, you're so magnificent.
そうだな。
It used to astonish me too, but it was that power of his that helped us get this far. You know,
ああ。
didn't I tell you back then? I couldn't do it if you didn't have those skills in the first place.
にゃはは。
Even so, my pride as an artisan makes it hard to accept. Someday, I want to create a masterpiece so fine that even you can't duplicate it.
んだんだ。
Same here. I swore I would, ever since I first heard about that power.
すごいだろ。
I can't wait! With your skills, I bet it won't be long before you make it happen.
はい。
Aha. Useless and jobless as I am, I can only envy the way Great Rimuru has such high expectations of you.
へえ。
Hey, Diablo, your aura's kind of leaking. Calm down, alright?
失礼いたしま
Oh
した。
dear, I beg your pardon. What's this? You're pretty desperate for Rimuru to like you, aren't you?
ええ。
It is my great hope to earn Great Rimuru's trust as quickly as I possibly can.
なるほど。
If that's how it is, I'll let you in on a secret.
ん。
Hang on, what are you planning on telling him?
ん。
The truth is, a while back, I took Rimuru to a certain bar.
ほう。
Ah, yes, I see. What? Is that so? Yeah, I didn't know it then, but it turns out he was a man before he got reincarnated. And he got a taste for that sort of thing back then.
ふん。
I see. Hmm.
つまりな。
You're a demon, aren't you? Couldn't you transform into something like that?
残念です。
Indeed, I can reshape my physical form at will, but this body was a gift from Great Rimuru. To meddle with it now,
リムル様
Oh, great Rimuru. Whatever should I do?
え
What is he talking about? Wait, what did you tell him, Kaijin?
こ
Notice, if you tell him that he should change, there is extremely high probability that serious mayhem will occur.
うん
I see. I like you just fine the way you are, Diablo.
おお
Aha. If that is what you prefer, then certainly, great Rimuru.
ふむ
Phew, did Raphael just rescue me? What in the world did Kaijin tell Diablo?
ええ
Well then, it seems you're quite finished here. Shall we continue on our next stop?
もう
Huh? No, no. Why don't I show you a little more, since you came all this way?
の
Right. Why don't you try smithing something, as long as you're here?
はあ
Oh no, I'm sure I could never manage as well as you two do. Don't you want to know how to make Rimuru's favorite weapons? He's very picky about them, you know.
おお
Oh ho, I would be very interested in that. But won't I be getting in the way of your work if I stay too long? Don't worry about it. It's much more important for us to stall. I mean, show you the ropes.
うん
If they say it's alright, why not listen to them for a little longer?
え
In that case, please, Kaijin and Kurobe, teach me all about it.
えおお
Thank you so much. What an edifying time this has been.
よかったべ
Oh, we're just glad you enjoyed yourself.
そういえば
Come to think of it, Kaijin, didn't you say you needed some materials?
その通りだな
Huh. Oh, yes, that's right. Just a few materials from the magical beast in the forest.
頼むな
Sorry to bother you again, Diablo, but could you go back to the woods for a bit?
おお
Of course. If that's your command, I shall seek out anything you like.
うん
Okay. I'll leave you to it then.
承知いたしました
Haha. I'll be on my way. Phew. Was that good enough, Rimuru?
うん
Yeah. Thanks for stalling him. You brought us more time to prepare in secret.
こ
Notice, there's a high probability that Diablo will return in a short amount of time.
え
Seriously, he really is amazing. Wait, no. Don't think about that now.
やれやれ
I've got to hurry and check on how it's going.
よかったらお茶でも飲んでゆっくりしていかないか
I guess they're making him a surprise party? That's the best I can think about that they're trying to, like, get for him. The Fearless Dragon Newt, Part 1. So I'm guessing Gabriel and his guys.
ええ
I have returned. Will these materials be sufficient?
おう
Ah, yes. That's more than enough. Thank you.
はい
Not at all. But where has Great Rimuru gone?
の
Great Rimuru? Oh, something came up. He said to wait here. Oh, here he is.
悪い悪い
Sorry, something urgent came up all of a sudden. Oh, thanks for fetching all that.
はい
Aha. You are too kind.
うん
Okay, we're off to our next stop. Thanks for everything, you two. Oh, Great Rimuru. Welcome. I'm pleased to see you as well, Diablo.
ほほ
I've already heard all about it. You're making the rounds to see how we all do our jobs, are you?
おう
In that case, go ahead and feast your eyes on the fruit of my labor. The Hippocoot herb harvest.
うん
Let's see. Wow, they're growing really well. Hang on, like 80% of these are weeds.
の
What? How did you manage to grow so many weeds in this environment?
やーやー
Ah, shucks. Ha ha ha. That wasn't a compliment.
No.
Diablo, what would you think about doing this kind of research?
なるほど。
Of course, gathering information is a passion of mine. Leave it to me, and I shall surely show you I can be of use.
どうです。
And someday, your hand shall guide me to the essential truth that underpins the universe. Ahaha. What kind of expectations does he have for me? What truth?
ふむ。
Never mind that for now. If doing research agrees with you, maybe I could give you this job. Yeah, so I guess Diablo could be the replacement for everyone in Tempest if needed.
おお。
Oh, Diablo himself, assigned to this job. Huh? Wait, does that mean I've been dismissed? Great Rimuru! Just kidding. You're getting results, so just keep doing what you're doing and give it your best, okay? Phew! Just leave it to me. I, Gabriel, shall work myself to the bone to produce better results.
もちろん。
You never change, do you?
ああ。
It's one of his strengths, really. I guess he just needs a little straightening out now and then, so he doesn't get too cocky.
ええ。
Alas, it seems there was never any room for me here in the first place. I only hope I, too, can quickly earn such trust from great Rimuru. I feel like this sentence is weird. I only hope I, too, can quickly earn such trust from you, great Rimuru. I feel like it should be, I only hope, and then comma, I, too, can quickly earn such trust from great Rimuru. So yeah, I feel like that comma should move over one over I.
と。
Don't worry so much. I'm already well aware of how capable you are. Though, I do worry a little about his fixation on me might get out of hand and cause trouble.
はい。
Well then, that's all the talking I can manage for now.
時に。
I had plans to drill my subordinates with some training exercise after this, but what will you two do?
しからば。
If you're going to speak with Vetsta next, I can escort you there before I go. I can escort you there before I go off to train.
ん
We were planning to speak to Vesta next, yes, but training, huh?
頼むな。
As long as we're here, Diablo, could you give them a quick workout?
はい。
If that is your command, great Rimuru.
ふむ。
Oh ho, I can sense that Diablo is no ordinary fellow. This will be fine training for my subordinates. I can hardly wait.
ふむ。
Ah, Diablo. Having a newcomer like you here makes me think back to when I myself first joined up. Huh, something's weird with the sentence. When I myself joined up. I feel like that's weird. I myself joined up. I feel like it should be like when I first joined up or when myself first joined up. Like, I don't know. I think that's kind of better than when I myself first joined up.
おう。
My youthful enthusiasm was an embarrassment at times, but I have fond memories as well. Wasn't he like, I don't know, 2 years older? Or 2 years younger? Like, that much time hasn't even passed since when he first joined Tempest in comparison to some of the other people in Tempest that have been here longer. Gabriel did make a lot of blunders, didn't he? Oh ho, could you tell me more? I'm always interested in hearing old stories about great Rimuru. I wouldn't mind at all. why don't I start with the story of how we first met? You see, I mistook Gabata for the village chief, of all things. Oh. Is that really the best choice of story? Hearing it might make Diablo angry. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. Like, even though this is like right after becoming a demon lord and all of that, Rimuru already knows that probably insulting Rimuru or doing something to even slight Rimuru makes Diablo angry.
Yeah.
When he arrived with reinforcements and defeated me, I assumed he must be the chief. But how foolish it seems of me now.
Oh.
Ahaha. Great Rimuru has such a magnanimous heart to forgive such a slight. Well, he doesn't seem angry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is something wrong, Great Rimuru? Nah, I just thought hearing that story might make you angry.
Oh.
Ahaha, Gabryu serves you now, just as I do. Whatever he may have done long ago, there's no need to get angry now. And, if someone who didn't work for me did the same thing now, why, I would destroy them so utterly that not even a scrap of them would remain. Look, if it does happen someday, please try not to overreact, okay? Well, at least he's getting along with the others. If this keeps up, there'll really be no need to worry. Though, it seems like he'll need even more restraining than Shion when it comes to dealing with outsiders. Oh, I hope to talk more, but we're already at the training grounds. Go right ahead, please, Diablo. Indeed, I shall do my best to train them well, in order to prove my worth to great Rimuru. Gasp, gasp. Wheeze, wheeze. All worn out already? Well, I suppose it can't be helped. That was some very tough training after all. Are you sure you weren't a little too hard on them? I'm terribly sorry. With Gabryu cheering on his men like that, I'm afraid my high spirits carried me away. Yeah, sure. What kind of intensive training would it take to wear Diablo out? Still, Gabryu seems to have some strength remaining. I'm rather astonished. He may not seem like much, but he really is made out of tough stuff. Say, Diablo, would you consider sparring with me a bit more? I would like to challenge you to a bout, for my personal training. Yes, of course. No trouble at all. Thank you. I look forward to it.